Would you consider yourself a millennial or a late Gen Xer?
I'm going to say a millennial.
Are you proud
Is
of
that correct? I'm a bladesmith, man. A bladesmith and a blacksmith.
Now you're answering the question properly.
Yes.
Just be like, I just make knives, bro.
Yeah, man. I just make knives.
I just make knives, bro. So, today's episode brought to you by Colony Knife Company, Andrew Wasnac. If you don't know who Colony Knife Company is, I've been trying to change his damn name on Instagram to Andrew Wasnac for a while, but it's Colony Knife Company now, so
yeah,
it's good, though.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it, too. So, we are doing a knife class in Kingsport, Tennessee. How do you think it went?
Badassly awesome, if that's it.
Some badassery. Awesome.
A lot of badassery. A lot of hot work. A lot of minimal grinding, which that's what I like to do because I hate grinding, so I like to forge close.
Yeah, me too. I like it too. So, Andrew, how did we meet?
We met from a marketplace in right near Akron, Ohio, that had invited Jason out to do a forging demo, and it was a place that they had already invited me to do forging demos before in the past, and they contacted me and said, hey, there's this guy, Jason Knight. He was on this Forged in Fire show as a judge. What do you think about us inviting him out and you doing a demo with him? And I was like, well, yeah, I've heard of that guy. I mean, seems like he makes some all right stuff. And no, I'm just kidding. I was like, hell yeah. That's awesome. That's a great pick. So I felt really lucky to kind of just have fallen into that. I made the right decision, I guess, before by going, setting up shop, doing some forging demos there. Yeah. And that's how we met. He came to my shop.
Let me tell you why I agreed to go.
Because you saw my work.
I saw your work. And I'm like, I ain't going to go forge with no chumps. And I was looking at your work. I was like, this kid's a badass.
What did you think? What did you think?
Well, I saw you had forged integrals. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, who is this? How come I don't know this person? But then I saw those, what was that, 2 summers ago?
Might have been 3 summers ago.
Not the last, so last summer was blah. The summer before that was Alaska. The summer before that was, yeah. I was so crazy then. I was coming out of living in New York and all that, and I was having a hard time.
Yeah.
But I saw your work, and I was like, I don't even know where this place in Ohio is. And I just figured we'll go and have fun.
Yeah.
And we did.
And it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You came out with Tristan a day or so before.
Yeah.
Got to forge a little bit in my shop.
Yeah. Shelly and Tiger Lily came too.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big win for me too. I mean, of course I heard of you from the show. I mean, I was on the show, but it was the other Mastersmith judge on there, and honestly, I was kind of hoping it was you because I had admired your work before then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to come out, forge with me in my shop for a little bit. That was at that time that I had just did that kukri, and
it was cool. Yeah,
it wasn't even really planned for that, but
yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I like how you have your the way you have your shop set up. Like you have this riveted stand anvil, and you got everything nicely cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm kind of a psycho about that. Man.
Well, I think it's a good thing. You know, when I'm going to move my studio a bit, hopefully, and I would like a little bit of your thoughts on setting it up. Because I like the way you got your shop set up.
I like to be inspired by my environment too.
Yeah,
you know?
I like that too.
You know, I give you some shit sometimes about your shop and how, you know, there's so many tables, but not a single place to lay things out and check everything out. But I mean, we've talked enough about that.
You like my ring?
I do. I wouldn't want to be on the other end of it.
I wouldn't either. One of the things we found out about tables is if you have a table, stuff will gather up on it. Tables and workbenches are not necessarily for working on. They're just for putting junk on. If you really want some advice in a shop, get a cabinet and put the stuff in a cabinet. And the more cabinets you have, you can put all your stuff up in them cabinets. But if you're trying to, like, I will lay out all these workbenches and let's, how many workspaces can you work on? I literally am working on a space that's like 2 foot by 2 foot. That's like my favorite workspace.
Yeah.
And now it's covered with epoxy because I poorly chose the countertop material. My old shop had granite countertops.
And
They weren't nice or nothing. They were just from some old busted up granite countertop. Put them on top of plywood.
the first time I was at the shop, it was so hard for me to like work on anything or like concentrate at all on what I was working on. And I just felt like a total dud. I was like, man, I'm here at Jason's shop. You know, I can make stuff way better than I'm doing. I'm just so, I think, like distracted, and you know, I was intrigued too. And what's the word? I forget the word.
You get out of your zone, or what do you call that? It's gosh, we need someone like Joe Rogan has to look up this stuff. It was like, hey, look that word up. I don't know what it is.
Intimidated. I was intimidated
maybe
too while I was there.
Well, constipated is the word I like to use. You get constipated. So one of the coolest things I think, there's a generation of bladesmiths that are arising, like the Avengers, you know.
Yeah.
And we're about forging stuff to done, and I don't feel, believe, or think. I know you're one of them guys.
Yeah.
You're one of those guys who are on the cutting edge of promoting the art of the forge to finish. And it's not like, you know, it's sometimes I try to explain this to people. It's like, it's about the skill of forging it to finish.
Yeah.
It's not about leaving it rough or whatever. I know a lot of bladesmiths, and I mean, even Steve Schwarzer would tell you, he's like, most bladesmiths can't forge the way you forge.
Yeah,
I mean, mastersmiths, they can't do it.
I see, and I like to portray that art in the sense of forging to finish, because though, yes, the marks from the hammer and the forge scale and all that, they're on there, and if you're into that, it is beautiful. I mean, I'm definitely into that, but there's a huge art in what it took to get there, to get to that skill level, and see that there's not much need to be standing at the grinder for so long, because I have the steel already hot. I can easily take it down so far to a finished level knife that I don't need to be standing at a grinder, and it's pretty just as is. It's brute in art, in the sense of how many failures, how many restless nights, and you know, just how many knives thrown in the corner because they weren't good enough. And that not even just bladesmithing, just learning to work metal hot.
Yeah. This is the guy I named my cat after. Should
Whitney
we answer it?
Oops.
Hey, Whitney.
What's up, man? What you doing?
I'm doing a podcast. Can I call you back later on?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, buddy. Bye. I only did that because I named my cat after him. I met him a long
Fuzzy
time ago.
Puckett.
He said he had a cat named Fuzzy Puckett, and I'm like, I want a cat named Fuzzy Puckett because his last name is Puckett. So I was like, I gotta have me a cat named Fuzzy Puckett. So, you know, I have a cat named Fuzzy Puckett.
Yeah, I like
He
that
likes
cat.
to sit
I'm
on
not
the
even a
cat.
cat guy, but I like that cat.
Yeah, my cat likes to make bread out of everything. Like, I will turn you into a piece of bread. So when I was learning how to forge, back in 2001, I've been making knives since 1989. I did stock removal. Everybody knows this probably. I started forging seriously and professionally in 2001. And one of the things that people talk about, forge it down to the thickness of a dime. You know, I'm mocking people.
Yeah.
And I do when I'm saying, just because some of it's not. Then grind all of the forge scale off. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
seems like
Why?
a waste of time.
I don't understand my history of the forge to finish, brute to forge. What me and Adam DeRozier call adventure grade was we saw Gransford Brooks axes, and we were like, man, we should make some axes like that, because we were sanding our elbows off. And then my friend Daniel Winkler, who is a very huge contributor to making knives in the special operations community for, like, everybody says they make knives for like Delta or SEALs or whatever. No, they don't. Daniel does. He actually has their special number that he makes them for. So Daniel Winkler makes them knives. But what he did before was him and Karen would make these really awesome, they looked like they were from 200 years ago, knives. And Daniel just figured out how to do these finishes on them. They had forged finishes and patinas, and they were just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I loved them. And Karen made these sheaths, and I think that might be why people bought the knives, was because of that. But I'm just saying that because Karen and Daniel knows probably, and he has to live there. And that, anyway, that's another story. But the point being is, that's where that tradition kind of came from for me. And then Joe Kieser did some of it. And then a lot of the French guys, they were enamored by it because the forging says this was forged to done. But when I would see a knife when I was a kid, I was used to mirror polish hollow ground knives, which I still love. George Heron is my favorite. I showed you that knife. That is the perfect hunting knife. It is a perfect hunting knife.
It is.
I don't think there's another hunting knife that could be made more perfect than that one, but it's a beautiful piece, and I get a little choked up about it. But I wanted to forge, and I wanted to figure out how do you get that finish? How do you get that surface texture? How does that happen? Well, it happens with fire and hammer and anvil, and it is beautiful. And I want it to become more and more accepted, and so much so there should be a judging on. You should submit a knife that is forged to sharp.
I think the same thing.
And we're going to work on that.
Let's do it.
We're working on that
awesome.
now. I want to work on a qualification for people who are interested in such of the art form, which it is an art form.
In so many ways. And the demand for those knives, I mean, that is a sought after finish on knives. I mean, at least a lot of the people that I deal with that are interested in my knives, they love it. They seem to, at least, and it's highly requested all the time.
Yep.
And just throughout different steels and the way that they scale up, some steels scale differently, and there's a lot of beauty in that because it's so organic too. And I like that you say adventure grade finish. That's cool because it is. I mean, it's a rigid finish.
It's
an
adventure grade. Yeah. Me and Adam DeRosiers were trying to think about how we classify these different types of knives. And so it was like there was adventure grade, safari grade, and then exhibition grade. And Daniel Winkler is very clever businessman. So he was like, don't sell one for less. He's like, take your adventure grade knives and put that where all the hand rub finish stuff is. And now that's that one. And the hand rub finish stuff goes up. So it was like an enlightening moment for me as a knife maker who, me and my wife, we didn't have somebody supporting our, we had 2 little kids and we're trying to make a living and we're trying to cover not only my household, but my grandmother's household and on and off other people's livelihoods that we were trying to support and help. So I was like, man, that is brilliant. Daniel and Karen are brilliant when it comes to the marketing and business of this stuff. So I realized it's honest, it's true, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that's what I would do. I would just be like, put that there. And I didn't degrade the finish. I uplifted the finish. And that's where it really should be. When you submit, there's a certain test, and when you submit your work for it, they want to see perfect, clean finishes, perfect, clean fit-ups, perfect, clean this. And I like that. I appreciate that.
It's cool. I think you should. I think that every knife maker should go about making knives in that way at some point, just so you know how to do it and know what it takes to do that and get there and make good fit ups and put nice hand finishes on knives, and then and
then do what you want.
That's
like getting your if you're a member of the American Bladesmith Society, you're an apprentice bladesmith. And then you can, in 3 years, you can test for your journeyman. I don't recommend taking any shortcuts on any of these places. I do recommend everyone should do it if they want to, but don't stop at journeyman. That means you're learning. That doesn't mean you know anything.
Right.
And master don't mean you know anything either. That means you just got the basics covered. And my point behind that is, if you are a member of the American Bladesmith Society, which I am, and you have attained your master's rating, which I have in 2007, that means you have the basis of knowledge to go out and now contribute to the art and craft of bladesmithing.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's not where you stop. That's where you begin. And you go, now I'm going to do something different. And you do whatever you want to at that point. So, I've done it.
Way to look at it.
I'm going to do something else.
Actually looked at it like that.
Yeah. You want to hold them for a while?
Yeah.
Send me that dagger.
I know. I need to play with something.
I always like doing it. So today's episode is brought to you by Night Elements and Tactical Elements. This is the Voodoo. It's flat with a fuller on the back side. It's a dagger on the other side. It's curved. This is based on a knife from World War II. The OSS suggested to the French farmers that they would cut off one of the tines of their pitchforks and wrap it with leather, and they could use that to get another weapon from the bad guys.
That's right.
Which were Nazis. So this is made by Fox for Me in Italy. I designed it. It is available through Night Elements and Tactical Elements, and it is sharp here. So if you get one and you're complaining about something, you can sharpen this more if you want to, but there are some importation laws on double-edged things to America for whatever reason, or exportation laws too. So we just sharpened it a little bit on one side. So, but the real point is here. So you can use it as a, look how nice I can move this piece of paper around. I can stir stuff with it. I can open a letter with it. And I can use it in my left hand really nicely. So I always say, if you're right-handed, carry it on your left side. If you're left-handed, carry it on your right side. Don't move. All right, that's it. That's the Voodoo. That's got the black cherry handle. And I like this one. This is the one I'm carrying today. Get one. They won't be around long, so get one and support your local bladesmith. And I want to read this letter, but I'm going to wait on that. Model City Tap House. Thanks for the soda pops. We're at the Cumberland Marketing, the new podcast room. I think it's beautiful. You know what I really like?
It's awesome. I feel really official in here.
What do you think about that chair?
I mean, this is probably the best part.
It's blue
It
velvet.
goes with everything.
It's a blue velvet chair. Only thing I would like better is if it was bigger than a wingback blue velvet chair.
Wingback. Oh,
Wingback blue velvet chair would be pretty cool.
That's all right.
So, our class, do you think I threw you to the wolves at any point in the class?
Nothing that I couldn't handle. I mean, it's how many guys do we have? Six? Five?
16, 6 or 16.
It doesn't make a difference at that point.
Doug was in there though.
Yeah, Doug was in there. He makes it 16. He's a whole handful. But no, I mean, it's nothing that I haven't taught before. I just haven't taught it to 6 people at one time.
Yeah.
So, again, I've been to your shop a few times now, and I'm getting real used to all the tooling there. I'm getting comfortable on the hammer, but
Now
no,
you
it
want
wasn't
a hammer.
the power hammer.
You want a hammer?
Do I want a hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should buy one then.
Just give me yours. You should buy a new one and give me
Yeah,
yours.
well, one day after this podcast is really successful, then I'll just be giving away. Hey, you want a hammer? You get it. Look under your seat.
You get a hammer.
Look under your seat.
You get a hammer.
You get a hammer. You get a hammer. Right now, like you get a hat,
And you get the bill for
you
the
get
hammer.
a hat and a bill. Yeah. So, well, one of the things I want people to have when they come to Makers Forge Studio, Night Forge Studio, I want them to have an experience where they're having fun,
Which we definitely do.
and they're learning,
Do a lot
and
of
they're
that.
getting some new information, which is the current stuff that I have. I don't ever teach, here's what we used to do back 100 years ago. I don't do it now, but I'm going to teach you what I used to do. That's stupid. I hate that. You teach what you know right now, and that's how you get people better. You level up, level up, level up, level up.
Yeah.
Isn't there a song like that? I must have wrote it.
Yeah.
Probably.
not.
Send me my money. I want my money. I want my check. But that's the fun part, is bringing in people. The other fun part is bringing in people who are kind of getting into it, and I can watch the light. You can see that go boom.
Oh yeah, I mean,
boom,
they're just trying to keep up with how much information is getting pounded in their head at
Yeah.
once. I mean, we all are. We're all learning from.
I am
every
too.
time.
And
teach a class,
I
or I
learned a
teach a class.
lot. I learned a lot with those dies you made for the press. That was a real clever thing that helped me keep that blade a lot straighter. We have stops on the press. We got a big blue press. We got the newest one, and it stops. But that little kiss block was nice.
Yeah, because that's just what I have to use in my shop because I don't have those stops, and they're just real quick and easy to make for whatever stock you want to reduce.
Yeah.
And just quickly draw it out, and then you have the exact size.
Gosh, I got the burp so bad.
What else you want to talk about? More
Whatever.
Winter Forge stuff. More.
Let me read this letter. I got a cool package. It came here to Cumberland Marketing. It was delivered to Heath. Oh, let me tell you about Heath. Heath burned the state of Virginia on. Okay, I'm going to quit talking about that. I got to give him a scar to remember by. All right, I'm going to read this. This is kind of cool. Hey, Jason, I'm a huge fan of yours since it started Forged in Fire even more now that I get to learn smithing through YouTube and such. YouTube, thank you. Thanks, man. Some stuff I don't read because I get a little weird emotional. Paul from Talent Forge. Paul from Talent Forge is dropping the F-bomb.
The F-bomb.
This is cool. So this is a really neat thing he made. And you know what? What's nice about heavy pieces of metal, you hold it in your hand and it's just comforting. But this is the F-bomb, and that's for friendship.
Wow. Wow, that was cool. You didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, no, this is cool. I like this a lot. Yeah, like you said, too bad we didn't think about it.
It's for, what's another F word? Forge.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Everything that comes to mind is something that's inappropriate.
F. Wait a minute. That's I. We need an I bomb for I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, it's cool. It's always fun to have stuff like this, and I really do appreciate it, Paul. Talent Forge. He's on Instagram. Follow him, like him, share him, and get yourself an F bomb so you can go fun. This is also another cool thing. Damaged tools. So I had them make. Now this is a cool tradition. Making knucks is tradition. No, they're not legal anywhere to carry around in your pocket, but they are fun. These are based on some World War I style knucks, but instead of being 4, they're just 2. It just feels so comfortable wearing this. It's like a ring. It's a friendship ring. It's kind of fun. I've never punched anything but a wall with knuckles. And I'll tell you a knuckle story, and I probably already told you this. So I was in high school, and I had some knuckles, and I think I'd paid this one doofus. I'm not going to say his name, but I gave him $10, which was a lot of money back in 1983 or 4 or 5 or whatever year it was, to have those knuckles, and they were so cool. I was like, man, that's so cool.
It is cool.
And the person I wanted to punch was my buddy Archie's little brother, but I never did because when he would start some trash and then he would run and ball up in a ball, so we just had to kick him. But that's another story.
Yeah, knuckles are sweet.
Yeah. So I was punching the wall in the bathroom, and the principal is standing at the door, and we're all piling out of there. Funchess, folk, and night, and we jumping out of there, and he holds his hands out. He looks at me, he holds his hands out. I'm like, what? I put them knuckles in his hands. He goes, get your mama to come get them after school or at the end of the year.
He didn't confiscate them?
Yeah, he took them. He said, get my mom to come get them.
Yeah, but at least you got them back, right?
I'm like, my mom's Tina Turner. She's not coming down here to get this. She got time for this. She got to be on tour, bro. So anyway, that was the most trouble I ever got in with knuckles. I like them though. They're always fun. Damaged tools. He's even got his logo on there, which is nice.
All right, Jason, let me ask you a question.
Okay, what kind of questions?
Let's go back to blades here.
Let's go to black.
What is something that you want to start learning how to forge or make more precisely off the anvil, or some ideas that you have to make and include in knives?
One of the things that I really want more of, so since I've been having my shop over in Kingsport, and it's been nice and I've enjoyed it. It's been the first time I've had a remote shop. You know, my shop is way far away from my house. It takes like 20 minutes to get here. Maybe it's not way far away. It's far enough.
It's far enough.
It's far enough. But it doesn't allow time to focus on the crazy, what I call the brain trust. You know, all the crazy stuff I'm sketching up. And my friend Henning Wilkerson, we should bring him on.
Who's it?
Henning is a South African bladesmith. He's like, so, you bald-headed bastard, when are you going to start making the cool stuff again? Guys, can we bring Henning on? Let's see if we can. We'll try. It's probably midnight there, but we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to bring Henning on, and we're going to talk about it real quick. I want to be able to make the crazy stuff, and I need a space for it. Let's just see if we can get him, and then we can talk about it with Henning some.
Cool.
But we might not signal in here. Hitting. Video call. So we're going to bring on Henning if he'll talk. It might be really late there in South Africa. I'm not sure. But I want to be able to make the cool stuff that I used to make. And I just haven't had time. So I'm in a stage
like what?
right
What
now.
is that? What is the cool? Explain the cool stuff that you
like
used to
drawing up something wild and making some crazy steel and then saying I can do this and not seeing it before, like integral mosaic Damascus keyhole kukri with jade inlay, something like that.
So spending more time on knives, doing more complicated pieces.
Yeah, complicated pieces that are they're fun to make. You should charge 10 times what you charge for them.
Yeah.
But they're worth doing, and someone's going to love it when they get it.
Yeah.
I've got this falchion sword of my imagination. Now, when I make something like that, the only historical accuracy I'm really looking for is the weight and the balance of an old sword. I don't really care what they look like. And guess what? Most of the things that you see are so worn out. Like if you see there's swords, there was a Katzbalgler or whatever, they have this rounded off tip. Well, if you're cutting with something and you're an archer or something, you're going to wear the tip off your sword. So when you sharpen it, you might just, you're not a bladesmith. You don't have to do that.
Right.
So it's going to have rounded off tips. No one would make a sword with a rounded off tip. This is an argument I had on a television show one time. But it's like one of those things. Like I just have this idea of the sword I want to make. And I made it once with, and it was okay. But I want to do a really, like a one that with theme music.
Yeah.
Like when I did that, the first time I remember doing a W2 kukri, it had a black blade. It had a mild steel bolster and had a micarta handle, and it was all black. I was like, that show, there was a movie that just came out. It was The Man with the Iron Fist.
Oh, okay.
And the RZA song, Baddest Man Alive, that was playing at this time in my mind. I was like, boom. It was just.
So you want to get that, like that feeling of making something that deserves a theme song?
Something that deserves a theme song.
I got you.
I want to get back to that, but I've been focusing a lot on sharing information, which is good. And I volunteer a lot of time, and that's good, and I enjoy it. But, like, I got some crazy stuff I want to make.
Cool.
And it just takes time and money to do it. So time would be probably moving the shop closer to home.
But a lot of your time gets consumed because you love to teach people,
I love
right?
to teach people, yeah.
So
I enjoy it.
basically kind of figuring out a way to still teach people and make time for some more crazy, more elaborate projects that get that theme song.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
that's right.
everyone would
Well, you know
always
what I'm
say,
talking about.
I
When
know,
you make
I know what
something,
you're
you're
talking
like,
about. Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and even though what you said, it was
boom. That was a
not
50
to
Cent
discount
song.
it as just a kukri with mild steel bolsters and black, but it was all black. It was probably dark.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you know
badass.
what I got tired of? I told you this already, right? I got tired of seeing quantum Damascus, ivory, purple, blue, green ivory. Like, oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. And then guard with gold inlay and all that stuff. I was like, that's really fine. It's a barbecue knife, but that's materials with a okay shape, not a bad shape, but like a shape that's just like it's been done 72,000 times, and it's a nice shape, and the materials are stunning. The Damascus is stunning. The grinds are
To the
common.
T.
You know, these are flat grinds.
Yeah.
The guard is a flat guard with a bolster. That's common. And the handle's common. Now, those are great, but in a certain era, they were very popular. And I'm not knocking them. They deserve their place. They're beautiful pieces of art, and they're wonderful, and they were hard to make. But I wanted to make, like, what can I make that just showing the rawness of this besides this forging? So it was like, so what I could show was shape, grinding, multiple types, flat and hollow and convex, and all that stuff, and just something that you couldn't hide. You can't hide it when you do a piece and you make it all dark.
Well, the more elaborate you try to make a piece too, there's more opportunity for failure, and then you end up trying to hide or disguise things all over the place. But when it comes down to it, the simpler you make a knife, the better you can nail it without the need to hide anything. But you said you do want to go back and maybe try to lay down a nice mosaic or.
Oh yeah, I got some fun ideas for mosaic. Now I like
I'm
mosaics that distort. I'm not interested in keeping them like squared up. You know what I mean? Like I want to see what they're gonna do.
Like with forging the blade out,
Yeah,
forging the tip
I want to
in.
see what's gonna happen. I like that. It's always interesting.
Like that kukri. Like, what did you call that pattern? The tiger pattern?
Oh,
or
the
something?
tiger stripe. Yeah, I can't remember how to do it. Ben,
That thing
I
was
think Ben Lambert's
badass.
got it, or either no, who's got that kukri?
It had just the right
My
amount of
Aunt
boldness.
Noelle has it, I think.
Your Aunt Noelle.
Actually, yeah, my Aunt Noelle. Because I couldn't figure out how to make it again, so I'm going to have to borrow it. Yeah, and it was just fun to make stuff like that. Because it's like, where's it going? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, I saw that thing at Blade, man. That thing was awesome. Like I was saying, the pattern was just the right amount of layers. It seemed like to where it was bold, but it was still like, wow, that's kind of looked like a tight pattern, but it was super bold at the same time, and the lines were like going in a way that was this way across the blade, and it was just cool.
Yeah, I thought I could do it a couple months ago, and then I did it. I'm like, that didn't come out right. I should write it on. Trying to call Talent Forge with the friend bomb. Hey, what's up? How are you? This is Jason.
Jason. Holy crap.
Hey, Paul. I got the friend bomb from you. Thanks, buddy.
Friend bomb.
Yeah, that's what the F stands for. It's friends.
F is for friends. U is for uranium.
Bombs.
So we're doing a podcast here, and you're live on the podcast, but you didn't know it. I'm here with Wasnac.
Love the F bomb. I was just looking at it, and I was like, how did he stamp that? That had to have been difficult to stamp that F in it.
Yeah, you want to explain yourself?
Oh, man. It is good 2.5 months worth of tinking around with it, trying to figure out a good way to make it work.
So what do you
That
stamp it
means he's
flat?
not going to tell us.
Do you stamp it flat and then make it
I'm not telling
spherical?
you.
I had to have a machinist buddy make a custom punch for me.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
yeah.
I'm starting, now that we're talking about it, now I'm starting to think about it differently. But what I wanted to do is thank you. It's really cool. Hey, there you are. Very cool. So what else do you like to forge?
A little off cue.
It's okay.
There it is. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That means we're friends.
Dude, that's awesome.
good
like
stuff, man?
Well, I've been following you for ages, man. You guys have been doing such cool stuff. Learned a lot. I've been smithing for like about 3 years, 3.5 years.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
you
good.
know, I see the stamp right now on his Instagram. I could have just looked there first.
Yeah.
I see it. That's
It's
cool.
cool. Very cool. I just wanted to give you a shout out and thanks. I don't know how long it's been sitting here, but my friend Heath said it's been on my desk for a couple of weeks. And then he gave it to Lauren, who's like my producer. And then Lauren gave it to me today. So I got it today. So
Glad you liked it.
Super
thank
rad.
you. I do like it. It's very cool. I used to make little balls like when I was super broke one time as a knife maker. And this was about 2014. So I was taking ball bearings and smashing them into other ball bearings and putting them on people's desks. I'm like, is that cool? They go, yeah, how much is it? I got to have one. I was like, $100. Like, all right. So I was like, okay, well, great. I can't sell knives right now, but I can sell a ball bearing for $100. So, well, very cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, brother. All right. Yeah, man. All right. Have a good day.
See ya, bud.
Bye.
That's cool. I bet he was stoked.
Paul. Good. Talent Forge Edge. TalentForgeEDGE on Instagram. So follow him, and I'm following him. He's got some cool stuff, and that's where you get the friend bomb. If you want a friend bomb, the F bomb from Talent Forge, get one from him, and I think it's cool. Made in Texas.
Texas.
Texas is working on being its own state, and
It is its own state.
I mean its own country.
Oh,
I meant to say its own country.
its own
Republic
universe.
of Texas. Yeah.
what's one thing you want to get better at?
Oh, I'd like to get better at manufacturing, honestly.
Okay.
Um,
That's beyond a lot of us, but
yeah, manufacturing and bringing it in close is very difficult. And I can explain why it's difficult very easily. It's simply because of Americans have allowed the government to control too much stuff that has none of their damn business. And that takes away our ability to manufacture whatever it is that we want. And that includes what is the taxing on it? What are the insurances on this? What does it cost to do? What are the materials? On and on and on and on and on and on and on. So I'm hoping that we again become a country of people who make things. You know, at one time you could go to Ford Motor Company and one side of the plant had raw materials going into it. And now the other side, they made their own paint, their own glass, their own metal, their own rubber, their own tires, everything. They made it right there. We don't do that no more.
I'm from Akron, Ohio, and we're Rubber City, baby.
Rubber City. That's
Rubber
right.
City, home of Goodyear.
Michelin. There's a Michelin place real close to you, isn't it?
Yes, there is.
I love the smell of new tires.
It's
That
Rubber
is-
City.
Yeah, I worked for a tire company called Gerald's Tires.
Oh,
My friends
seems
still
legit.
own it, and it was, oh my gosh, it was the best. I learned how to work there. When I was a kid, I hated it sometimes, but man, it was like one of the most wonderful places you can learn to work because new tires smell like
kind of like new shoes.
so
I
nice.
mean, new shoes smell
It
good.
just smells good. I just love the smell.
I always used to try to pick off all those little tiny hairs that are on
Titties?
the sides of them.
They call them titties.
Nah.
Yeah, tire titties.
Oh, okay. Well, those
I don't
little,
know
you know,
why they
those-
call them that. That's just what they call them.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to pick them all off, but there were so many of them.
Yep. I
So,
want to punch a watermelon with that.
let's go.
It's not time. I would like to punch a
Did you see that glass bottle that I punched?
Newtonian. You ever seen Newtonian fluid?
No.
Oh, it's so cool. So Newtonian fluid, like if you touch it, it distributes the force over the surface area. So like you could touch it real easy and it's like soft, but if you like impact it, it just goes whoop and it gets rigid. It rigidizes.
we get some?
Rigidized.
Rigidized? Can we
Yeah.
get some?
It's expensive. I don't know. If I had some, I'd put it under my body armor, which I don't have. Travis, need body armor. Just telling Travis. So what are we gonna do next? What's the rest of the day looking like?
Doodle forging.
Doodle
As
forging
your wife
is fun.
Shelly likes to call it.
Yep, that's what we were talking about. I've been doodle forging since I've been here. Like why? So Salvador Dali would go out and have some fun, and he would do sketches, and he'd sell his sketches for a bar tab or whatever. Doodle forges. That's what I'm doing. Every now and then I knock one out of the park, but this is a design I'm really happy with. This is
You
what
should.
I've been playing with.
Well, actually, why would I even say that? You have a bunch of those scaled up way bigger in your shop.
Yeah,
They're cool.
yeah.
With the hollow forged,
Yep.
double edge.
I always think it's funny when people say they don't make knives like me, and I'm like, they're like, well, I don't make knives like you. I don't forge. I'm like, no, you don't make knives like me. Period. It have nothing to do with forging, and I'm not being a jerk about it. I just do what I want. You do what you want, and that's one of the things. Like we had these guys in a class, and at first you could tell some of them were very apprehensive about getting into it, and I know what they're scared of. You know what it is? Screwing up.
Yeah. That's
Afraid
all
to
right,
fail.
though. We screw up, we start over.
Yeah, we screw up every day, all the time, and we start over. My knife I made was screwed up, but I'm going to fix it later, but I probably won't be able to fix it today. But it's always fun. That's part of learning.
Screwing up is part of learning and developing style. Figuring out ways to do something can sometimes turn into figuring out ways to do something else totally different, but it's badass, and you kind of just fell in love with it like that. And that's how you sometimes develop a style. From
right.
trying something else but failing at it, but running into a route to another cool thing.
So show them your hair.
No,
Dude, you got dope hair.
it's long right now.
It's awesome.
No, later.
do it.
Later. after this beer.
We're in the, you know what's weird? If you've ever been turkey hunting, you'll know what I'm talking about. So when you go turkey hunting, you get up really early in the morning. And you go out there, you're like, it's 4 o'clock. I'm excited about getting these turkeys. And the sun ain't coming up until 6, but you got to get out there way early. And I found out later on the turkeys don't really care when you get out there. They just care where you are and if they can see you. So you get up really early, and it's not too bad, even if it's 40 degrees outside. But you know what happens right before the sun comes out? It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cold. Yep. And I feel like we're at that part of winter because we're like, it's colder now than I can remember it being all winter, right? Yes. And so we're wearing our noggin caps and we got our hoodies on. And
yeah, we're cold.
Yeah, it's cold. So it's like right before the warm comes, you know? So I'm looking forward to next month, which we'll be riding motorcycles and being outside.
I'm going back to Ohio for like 4 more months of winter.
Oh, you're going to have 4 more months of winter. Yeah, that sucks.
I like it.
That's you. That's all you, bro. I like here. This is like perfect weather. East Tennessee is, we're in the Great Valley. We're between the Cumberlands and the Blue Ridge. It's perfect weather. It's beautiful. And that's the way it is. All right, what would you make?
What's the way it is.
What you want to make? The thing you want to make. You know what I do want to make is a straight out the front version of this. I want to make a switchblade straight out the front.
I know a lot of guys that would eat that up.
Yeah, I need to make that.
How would you do that? That would just be curved.
I don't know.
The body of it would be curved.
The body would be curved. It would curve out. Like
I don't know what I want to make. I want to make a lot.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want.
I wanna make a switchblade that comes out the front like this. That's curved.
I want to get a power hammer.
What kind?
I don't know. Whichever one you're willing to give me. No,
I only got one. I can't get one.
I don't know. As much as I'd like an old one, I don't really.
Do you think I have a plethora of power hammers at Wapo?
Yeah, no. I guess not.
I have one.
But
give me that. Yep.
Probably as much as as cool as it would be to get an antique air hammer and maintain it and all the time.
Yeah.
But I just ain't got the time to do that right now. But one day, if I play my cards right, invest in a good hammer like an Annie Yang or something that's like they're self-contained.
They're nice because they're self-contained.
Mm-hmm. A good starting hammer, I feel like.
I like them. I like the Annie Yangs because they're self-contained. I like the Big Blues because you can get the parts from a hardware store. I like the old Chambersburgs and the Nazels and the Little Giants and the Beaudres because they're like old and they still work.
Yeah.
And the people who made
Dripping
those,
oil everywhere.
they meant them to, they intended them to last for hundreds of years, not 100 years. So that's what I like about that.
Yes.
That's why I like guns. Guns are made like to work, like metal guns, not plastic guns. I don't like plastic guns that much. But I like metal guns because they're like classic and they're machines, and some of them are pretty sculpture-y looking, you know. So,
like that Glock hammer I showed you.
The Glock hammer is kind of cool. Who makes that? We got to get that.
It was.
Who is he? Look him up
it's
on.
Called his page is called Kinetic Customs. I think he's in the UK, but he just makes some pretty wild-looking hammers.
He works for
take a hammer and then like twist it 180 degrees and then put the eye through it. It's cool. Some machining to it and a lot of hot work with the twists and
Favorite
all that.
forged hammer by an individual maker is?
Favorite forged hammer?
Yeah.
My favorite forged hammers are definitely Hilltop Forge.
Hilltop Forge.
Sam Cobb, he's my man. I reach for his hammer every time I'm forging.
Cool. I got to get one of his.
Yeah, you definitely do. They're
I
great.
like Ferrum right now.
Yeah, Jacob Ferrum's hammers are
I got
incredible.
one for Tristan, and I don't know if I've used it more than Tristan has.
He likes it. When the first night I got down here, he was forging with me exclusively using that hammer. He was loving it. He said, I haven't really got to use it much, but
he's good at forging.
He is. He's awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that hammer's sweet. That's his I think he calls it his Czech style, like a Czechoslovakian
Czech style, yeah.
rounding hammer. His ability to forge to completion is something very inspiring to me.
Oh yeah.
just those little tiny facets around to make
Micro
round.
faceting. Yeah.
Because you know how do you turn square into round when it comes to forging?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
so-
I know how. Hold
yeah,
on.
you know how.
So what I do first is I make an octagon,
There you go.
and then I take them corners off, and I kind of make it more and more corners, and I
Right.
knock every corner off until usually I end up with a unicorn horn looking thing.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. I like
yeah,
that.
That's inspiring for sure.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I really like the finishes on them. He's a great example of someone who forges completely to finish. The faces are dressed, but that's a different part.
Yeah,
of it.
no, that doesn't count. I mean,
it doesn't
you
count.
gotta
It's just
grind
like
decarb out
a
of
knife, doing a knife.
it. Yeah.
But leaving the forging like that,
But-
and there's no gap. There's like the handles are fit up proper.
Yeah.
They don't have metal in them. Proper fit ups on handles do not have metal wedges or rings or none of that nonsense.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah, those are nice.
Same with Sam's hammers too. His are all forged to finish. Besides grinding the faces and all
Has
that.
he got a wait time?
His production is unbelievable. I think he just reached over 1,000 hammers.
Can you
that
get
he's
me
made.
in on the list?
I think you can just go onto his website. That's hilltopforge.com and place an order for any hammer available that he has on there, which is a bunch, I believe. I got a bunch of his hammers.
All right.
Cross peen, straight peen,
Just look 'em
diagonal
up.
peen is a sweet hammer. If you don't have a diagonal peen, it's definitely one you can't just go buy from the hardware store, but it's super handy to have in your hammer arsenal if you do a lot of hand forging. So it's a really ergonomic way
Hey,
to be
did
able
you
to
say
draw.
Hammer Arsenal?
Yeah.
Can we get a sticker made like that? Dude, we need Hammer Arsenal.
Well, you gotta get on these websites and order these hammers. But
Let me call somebody and get this number real quick. I got to do something right
Okay.
now. We need this. Let me call.
diagonal peen. If you
Well,
don't
we
have
need
one,
we
get
need
one.
we need Hammer Arsenal. We need this right now.
I've been saying this for years, bro.
Hey, Lauren, we need the website or the Facebook name or Instagram name called Hammer Arsenal. Can we get this?
Hold on. I'll be right
Hold on, let me call my people too. Real quick.
She's
I'll
like, I
get it
don't know. I'll
first.
be right there. We need something. Let's get it now. Hammer Arsenal. I like that. That's good.
Yeah,
yeah. Hammer
That's it.
Arsenal.
Yeah, it's your rack of hammers. That's your tools.
A rack of hammers. Get it?
No.
We're gonna
It's a
bring in
rack on a
Lauren.
wall with a bunch of
We're gonna
hammers.
consult the producer on this.
Yeah.
Hey, Lauren. We need Hammer Arsenal. How can we get that? Can you look up and see if?
You want to start another account?
Yeah.
What about behind the hammer or behind the anvil?
What's up, Chris?
Still recording?
Yeah, we're recording. It's totally fine. This is what makes it real. Breaking the fourth wall. Hey, Chris. Chris, this is Andrew Wasnac. He's a great bladesmith.
Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, put her there. So you like that, huh? Hammer
I
arsenal.
love that. Yeah, brother, you good? You want to join us? You need a beer? Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
we'll get you a
we
beer.
need that.
At Hammer Arsenal. How you spelling it?
HAMMERARSENAL.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take it. Let's have that. Let's start a new one. Yeah, let's take it.
We
Hey,
can put more thought into that.
Yeah, no, we
We
need
can
that.
dance around those words
Right.
too.
All right. No. Am I going to get in trouble now? No. Good. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's at home.
he likes her
Um,
more.
Yeah, let's take it. Can we take it?
Do you have an email that you use?
Just use any of them right now. nightforgestudio@aol.com. No, nightforgestudio@gmail.com. Hammer Arsenal. So what we're going to do on Hammer Arsenal is offer and display the hammers from people who forge them.
Sweet. I'm
Hammer
down.
arsenal.
I think that.
And we'll
tool
bring in other
makers-
makers too. We're bringing other makers on it.
Yeah. They people who make
Oh, you can
forge
put
these
your
hammers.
email. I don't know how we do it, really, Lauren. That's why I asked you.
People who forge these hammers and tools deserve all the credit, man.
Yeah,
Especially
sure.
for what we're making. I appreciate all these tools that I
Yep.
can obtain from other makers. You know, I love having them forged finish. I got another one on the way too, actually, from a really talented blacksmith named Pat Quinn.
Pat Quinn.
Pat Quinn of Center for Metal Arts. I
Yeah,
think they're in
I know
Johnstown.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, really excited for that hammer too. He's a really inspiring
I
blacksmith.
like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Brazil is the person who first introduced me to ridiculous sized rounding hammers.
Yeah, I think there's a whole that's a whole type of blacksmith, like a cult following.
Yeah, I like
the
old
Brian
Brian.
Brazil
Brian and
style.
Ed I like them a lot. And there's a lot of other guys who teach it and share it. The tools to make tools, concepts.
They really love the hand forging of the hammers and the team striking and all of that, which is so cool.
Yeah.
I love doing it. Remember when we tried to do that at Liam's?
Yeah.
When we were making that big French peen sledgehammer?
Where is that?
I have it.
How come
It's
you
in my
have it?
hammer
Why
arsenal.
do you have it?
Because
Why don't you
I brought
tell
the
me
steel.
why you have
Why
it?
don't you tell me why?
Because you brought the steel. That's all you got to do?
I offered it
Why
to
don't you
Liam.
make a bill of the steel and take it to Liam and say, make me and Jason an axe out of that when you go visit him tomorrow?
Why don't you come with us?
Because I can't. I need a day off.
Because you need rest.
I was like 2 months in a row of rocking and rolling.
You can come with us. You'll see.
I ain't coming.
Okay. Then you ain't getting no big sledgehammers or axes.
Let me ask you a question.
You're gonna get a Wasnac.
Wasnac.
That's for when I start making axes.
Why don't you do it now?
Wasnacs.
You've already got that.
I need a
Lauren,
hammer.
Can we get Wasnacs at Wasnacs?
Nope. I already have it. I already have it.
Slide that over to me.
Just reach.
Can't reach it. Lauren, did you see what this is?
Yes, you saw it.
It's the friend bomb. Well, I don't know what else it would be. Why would someone send me an F metal thing that looks like a bomb from cartoons?
I got a metal splinter or something.
This is also Jesper. Nightfordstudio@gmail. I've got a new Instagram page. It's called Hammer Arsenal.
Okay, what's your favorite hammer?
My favorite hammer is
Let me guess. A rounder.
I like the rounding hammer. I used to not. I used to think they were ridiculous. So the first time I thought they were stupid was when I saw farriers using these teeny little hammers, swinging it as hard as they could possibly swing it. And then I saw that all them brains that Brian had going boom, boom. I was like, he just made it bigger.
He looks like he's forging with clay, like actual clay.
Yeah, he just made the hammer bigger.
Yeah.
So that's
cool.
what he did. And I like that. And I learned a lot from him just in a couple days. Ed and they contribute a big deal, I think, to our community as far as bladesmiths and techniques for forging. They're sharing a direct forging technique, which has been lost. With a lot of the forging techniques that we use are based on English farrier traditions. So using lighter hammers with a lot of blows to hide the technique really is what it is. And I'm not
Why
knocking
hide?
it.
What do you mean hide the technique?
Well, the gentry were the only people who could really afford blacksmithing or shoeing or anything like that. And so the English farrier technique is generally smaller hammers with a lot of
Flipping the shoe around.
flipping the shoe and
going to
ding,
the
ding, ding,
horn,
ding,
blah,
ding, ding,
blah, blah.
going to, making
It's still
music on
cool.
the
It's
horn
fun
and
to
stuff like
watch.
that. And there's nothing wrong with it, but
What did you say? Making music on the horn?
yeah, boom, boom, making music
that's
on the anvil.
Love that. Making it sing.
And hey, I'm going to say something. I'm going to make a bold statement.
Uh-oh.
The horn is for bending, not for moving.
I mean, you say it all the time. I don't move steel over the horn.
I know you don't.
If I need to, I will. I have my anvil at home is heavy enough and it has a robust enough horn,
Yeah.
and it's mounted down good enough to where if I want to use that round side of a heavy rounding hammer to draw over the horn, I can because I still have good amount of energy return close to the body of the anvil. But what I've been really enjoying lately practicing is that really aggressive over the shoulder with a
Yeah.
heavy hammer.
Yeah. I like that.
But yes, the horn is great for bending
Yeah.
and all other types of things.
Any part of the anvil that has support of the body is meant for moving steel. Any part of the anvil that has not support of the body is meant for bending or shaping or tuning or accuracy. And that's just my opinion, man. That's just my opinion, man.
But what about on like a London pattern that has the Hardy over the heel of the anvil? You still have to do a lot of heavy work over the Hardy.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because different tradition. You know, a lot of the more east, you know, the farther you go east in Europe, you see where the Hardy hole changes its position. Mm-hmm. And I think the English just did that because they maybe own the most states or own the most countries. I don't really know, but we beat their ass.
You ever made a Hardy tool?
Hardy tool. Yeah, I made a lot of Hardy tools. I made Bic irons. I've made cutoff tools. I've made little mandrel cones. I made fullering tools. I made a lot of spring fullering tools and stuff. I did blacksmithing at Middleton Place 2001 to 2003. I got hired on September 11th, 2001. That was my hire date.
That's cool. Didn't you say Tristan worked for a blacksmith too?
Yeah, Mike Dubois. Metalworks. I taught Mike Dubois how to say his last name. He used to say Dubois, which means the wood, but I say Dubois, which also means the wood. But Mike Dubois is one of the best blacksmiths I've ever met. And here's how I met him. Showed up at my friend Billy Ridgell's shop, and he had a coffee table. Yeah, it was forged fish, and they were hollow. And he goes, "Hey, man, you think you should show me how to forge blades?" I'm like, "I don't think I can show you how to do nothing, bro." Like, you have a forged fish. Like, you forged a fish and a shrimp and a crab. Like, what am I supposed to show you? I can't show you nothing.
I forged a mouse just recently.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I
forged a mouse for my mom for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
She's like been really into like cast iron, like little tiny mice.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's cool.
But so I forged one. It was cool. You chisel up the ears.
Oh,
and
that's
just, like,
nice.
chisel in
That's
the eyes.
beautiful work.
It kind of looked like a rat, but she likes it.
Yeah, Mike had. I've got a coal tool, like it's got a wolf's head on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, a man who can forge fish and crabs and shrimp and wolves.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's like, no, I don't think I can really teach you how to forge anything, buddy.
Yeah.
Mike Dubois is one of the best blacksmiths I have ever met.
That's cool.
And he's super humble, so he didn't really talk about it, but he can forge anything he wants. Also a Marine Corps veteran. Good dude. I really appreciate him. Shared a lot of cool stuff with me. And I miss him because we're not close down there anymore. We're not, not able to work with that. So
Was that when you were you lived in Asheville, right?
Charleston,
South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're going to wrap it up. I was here with Andrew Wasnac.
Of Colony Knife Company.
Colony
in Akron,
Knife
Ohio.
Company, my friend, my compatriot, and fellow blacksmith and bladesmith.
Yes.
And we're going to continue promoting forged to sharp knives in this community and making it as a standard.
Growing that skill level.
And I'm going to drop the friend bomb. Thanks for being my friend.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
I'm honored to have taught a class alongside you. I love forging at your shop. I love being down here in Tennessee. I learn a lot every time I come down, and it benefits me. And I, just like Jason, loves to share the art of bladesmithing and techniques that he has that has made his journey easier and improve the quality of his work. And I hope to do the same. So I have an Instagram, and that's at Colony Knife Company. So follow me on there. Feel free to reach out. If you want to get in on a class at Jason's, reach out to him on his website, which is
we're going to do
Nightforge
more
Studio.
classes, too.
Yeah, we want to do more classes together.
And I'll put the links in there, too.
And tell us what you think. Tell us what you guys think would be a good class for bladesmithing. We were thinking about doing hand-forged chopping.
A hand-forged integral, sorry.
We can.
You know what? I get two words confused. Integral and elemental. A hand-forged elemental chopper.
Yes.
I just made up a new game. Remember rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, I still do.
Okay, we're going to do knuckles, dagger, bomb.
Okay.
You get it? Different? You know how you win?
You got to get them all.
Right? Okay, yeah, you're right. You got to get them all. Knuckles, dagger, bomb. So knuckles, dagger, bomb. So dagger beats bomb because you cut the fuse. I don't know if Knuckles. I don't know if Knuckles beat Dagger, but Knuckles, Dagger, bomb. It's a new game. We're gonna work on it. It'll be available soon by I don't know who makes games anymore.
We'll do that under the Hammer Arsenal page.
Hammer Arsenal page. All right. Thanks for watching. This is podcast number 7,432. Thanks for watching. We're going to do some time travel today because I haven't showed you how to get back to shop the easy way.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to show you how to get back to the easy way. It's pretty cool. We're going to go through that door.
Cool.
It's a bathroom, but it's not going to be anything weird.
Nothing weird.
It'll open up in the bathroom, and then we'll be in the shop.